Hi, my name is Cindy, aka Z9designs. Today is an exciting day for Swap It, Pop It. So let's get on with the great unboxing and see what I made. I think you're gonna love it. I received my package from Lynn Fidget DIYs. She wrote me a sweet note, and it says, "I was thrilled to get your name. I just love watching your upbeat and super fun videos." I'm a fangirl, she says. I hope I sent all of the correct items, with her fingers crossed. And the headband is for you because of how you love to accessorize your intros. You got that right. I am excited to see what you make. Happy fidgetings and happy Valentine's Day. A Be Blessed friend, Lynn Fidget DIYs. Do you like my crown here? It's about ready to be Valentine's Day. So here are the items that were in the box. Pink fabric that was plain, and the other, see the white hearts? And wooden heart. Some heart gems and some small wooden hearts. And check out this heart headband. Look at me rock this. Some wire, pink flowers, and a chopping mat. Thanks, Lynn. Let me fidget around and see what I can make. So here it goes. DIY number 1, a heart frame. The supplies needed include burlap, a picture frame from Dollar Tree, reptile adhesive, 3 small wooden hearts that kind of fell out the envelope when I looked in there, some rub-on transfer words, white, coffee latte, and bamboo acrylic paint. When these wooden hearts fell out the envelope, I had a plan that I had been thinking about for a while. I took a Dollar Tree frame that was green. I had done something with this previously, and I repainted it in coffee latte. I really wasn't a fan of the color at first, but later on I loved it. Then I took the insert and painted it bamboo and just let it dry. But now it needed a little something, so I thought about some texture. So I put some reptile adhesive on the backing and glued a piece of burlap over the insert. And I cut off the excess with scissors. And I think it has a little vintage look. And then I took the 3 small hearts and I painted them bamboo and let them dry. Meanwhile, I looked in my stash and found some rub-ons, but I didn't want the picture of the rub-ons. I just wanted a few of the words. So I got my scissors and I cut out "God is love." And then I took those after the hearts were dry and I rubbed on the words and they came out perfectly. I think these rub-ons are really good for wood. And so I rubbed on the first one, God, second one, is, and the third, loved, and rubbed these onto the hearts. And then I took some reptile adhesive and glued them onto the burlap at an angle. I first attempted to put white wax on the details that were at the top, but I don't know what happened, but it wasn't working. I don't know if my wax was old or what, but anyway, I went to plan B. I took some white acrylic paint and dry brushed on the details at the top of the frame, and now I was so satisfied with the way it looked, and I just set it aside. Reptile adhesive worked really well on the last one, but the first 2, I guess I didn't wait long enough for it to dry, so I just added some hot glue. So now they're on really good. And you can see they're at an angle. And I put God on one heart, and the second heart is, and the third heart, love. And I think this looks fantastic. And it just kind of reminds me of true love. God is true love. DIY number 2, chopping mat heart ornament. The supplies needed include a chopping mat, alcohol ink, rubbing alcohol, heart template, a paper straw, hot glue, ribbon, and some pearl gems. Now, I have other ideas for this chopping mat, but this one will have to do for today. I used a wooden heart and traced the inside with a pencil onto the chopping mat. And I did this about 4 times, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough hearts to do this Valentine ornament. And then I cut them out. And it didn't make any difference if I was going to color the matte side or the shiny side. So then I added some alcohol ink to the chopping mat along with some rubbing alcohol. And I just turned the heart from side to side, up and down, to make sure that the ink would spread evenly on the heart. And this was done with all 4 hearts. And I think I still have some of the red ink on my fingers. Well, I do wash my hands, and I guess it will eventually come off. And when the hearts were dry, I just folded them in half, and I tried to crease them the best way I could. And then I hot glued them to the straw. So one on one side of the straw and on the other, and then on either side. The hot glue was used to adhere them to the straw until it looked like a circle. And then I cut the top of the straw and added ribbon to the top and just hung it on my gold Valentine tree. But I had to add some pearls right in the center between each of the hearts, where they were joined. And I may add some heart gems to it before this video goes up, so we will see. You know me, I like to do different things. The supplies needed include chipboard, wire, a heart template, some matches, and some reptile adhesive. So this one is a pretty simple one, but easy, but this is probably my second favorite thing that I did today. But I traced around inside of a wooden heart, and then I cut out 2 hearts from chipboard. And these were glued together with reptile adhesive. It probably did not need to be glued together, but you can to make sure that they don't move around. And then I took the wire that Lynn sent me and I began wrapping it around the chipboard until it resembled a heart. So up and down, across, crosswise, just every old kind of way till I used up all of the wire that she had put in the box. And then I took it outside. This is not something you want to do inside the house. I put it in a metal pan and I set it on fire. Now you should say, well, why would you set it on fire? Well, I wanted the paper to burn, but leave a metal heart that you can use as a bowl filler, or you can hang it on your Valentine tree if you have one. Once it had cooled down, I took it and I shook out the ashes. And lo and behold, there was this great, beautiful heart. And it kind of made the wire not black, but it changed the texture of it because the wire was kind of shiny and it made it kind of matte. Now, this is not recommended for children, and it must be done outside. And I might add, in the snow. Okay, on to DIY number 4. a wooden heart. The supplies needed include a wooden heart, a ribbon that had love on it, wooden letters, red, white, and black acrylic paint, pink flowers and greenery, pink polka dot ribbon, hot glue, reptile adhesive, painter's tape, and pink fabric. I usually try to save the best for last. So Lynn sent me a wooden heart, and I thought it would look great as a wreath on my back door. So I started out by painting the wooden heart white, but realized I wanted two colors. So I used some painter's tape to divide the top from the bottom, because I wanted to paint the top and the bottom black. Now, is this going to be a mistake? Well, let's see. There had to be something in the middle to offset some of the black, so I took a strip of the pink fabric that Lynn sent me and applied some adhesive and placed the fabric over the glue. Now, I smoothed the fabric until you could not see any of the wrinkles. Now, I may try reptile adhesive for my napkins instead of Mod Podge and see what happens. So you have to look out for that, so keep watching. I also went in my stash and I found some wooden letters that spelled "Hello, Love." So I painted the hello in white and love in red. And what I did to keep them stable, I just put them on some painter's tape and painted them so they would stay still and not move around. Next, I glued them on with hot glue, just a dab. So to give the wreath a finished look, I took the love ribbon that was in my box and glued it above the black and below the black. Now for the flowers. I had some lamb's ear and some other greenery on kind of a swag type thing, and I just took that and I glued 5 of the flowers that were sent to me because they were pink, and I put them on top of my heart. Then I found some pink polka dot ribbon in my stash, and I put that between the flowers at the top of the heart. I think this is a winner for a heart wreath. I think it just looks fabulous. Now Swap It, Bop It is hosted by Clara's Creation Part 2. The link to her channel is in the description box below, so be sure to subscribe, like, save, because she has come up with an awesome creative idea. There are others that will be participating, so make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. The playlist is in the description box below. Now, if you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. Swap It, Bop It is a great collaboration because it allows me to be creative and think outside the box that it came in. Now, I sent my box to Belinda at BB's Craft Haven. So let's see what she makes out of the supplies I sent. She is so creative and sweet. You got it, Belinda! Crafting is satisfying, and I always enjoy encouraging comments. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching each and every week. I appreciate all of my subscribers. And remember, let the peace of God rule in your hearts and be thankful. Colossians 3:15. Bye. Love, Cindy.